Hey guys, what's going on? FYMUpon here, and welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Since we last left off, if I do recall correctly, we had just managed to save a pet dragon to secure the bloodline of the dragons for the foreseeable future. We managed to get some dragons for our troubles. And a few other things, basically. Nothing too crazy, we just basically did the Dragon Quest line and resolved that. For this stream, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be helping out our good tribal friend. I forget his name. But we're going to go deal with the tribes, see how we fare there, and we'll go from there. But I digress. Without further ado, let's just get into things, see what happens. Alright. So as you can probably guess, we've got quite a bit that we've got to do. We've still got to get to Mythic rank 10 with Dragon. So that's going to be a interesting delve to see how that resolves itself, but who knows, right? Who knows? We are built like a tank, as you could probably imagine. Let's see the Crusade efforts. See what's going on there. And we're just going to do a quick once-over to see what we've got running. Let's see. Our morale is currently 18. If we do this, we can increase the morale by 16 to 25. But the growth for trainable units reduces by 10%. But the cost of recruiting mercenary units recruitment growth reduces by 10%, and the cost of recruiting mercenaries increases by 10% if we do it that way. Bit of a brutal choice, but it's a necessary one if we want to increase our morale. Let's see how our movements are looking. Defensives are fine. We will need to up the ante on army amounts, but otherwise we should be good. We'll worry about that stuff later. If we do get our morale a bit too low, we can always just reinforce it by running that mutiny program again. That'll just keep our it'll keep our armies up and stabilized at least, so we don't need to worry too much about that. It's just a constant pressure thing, but otherwise we don't have anything we really need to do that's pressing, so we should be fine for the most part. Alright, we can head out. We are going to go alone for a moment because we will need to go ahead and get to the area that I'm thinking of. But yeah, we're just going to go there and get things done. So the thing I'm talking about is we're going to be talking about Current Glen specifically. Hold on. But yeah, no, we're going to go to Gundrun. We're going to start with Gundrun and then we'll go from there. That's fine. We will take the immediate walk here. Alright, the day progresses. That's good. Now, before we go any farther, let's see what edicts we have. Dead Men's Club. Soldiers who lost their comrades along with their dead will... Or rather, soldiers who lost their comrades along with their will to live have founded the so-called Dead Men's Club. They leave Dresden to die in battle as heroes, and deal as much damage to the enemy as they can in the process. Unfortunately, these actions ruin their officers' plans and undermine discipline within the ranks. I can either ban the club, increasing morale by 25. I could encourage the club, which removes 5% of recruited units, and all enemy units receive wounded for 7 days, which is a 35% penalty to maximum HP, which is eh. I could remove 5% of recruited units and unlock the ambush ritual. All units in the army take 50 times mythical damage, physical damage. Okay. Or I could let Ember talk to the warriors. This would increase our morale by an insane amount, but we don't really need to do that. I'm gonna ban the club. There's no need. Life is a precious gift. After talking to commanders, soldiers realize that their duty is to live and fight in the name of the fallen. With their newfound hope, the warriors are eager for battle. Yeah, there's no need to go that far. Besides, Dragon's advice. I kind of wish you came to me earlier about that, but alright. We will discuss that in a bit. But we do get a few other things. Acquiring unclaimed property and thiefling rights. Which is nice. But we'll worry about those things in a bit. And for now, what we're going to do... let us bring Ulbrig with us. We do not level him, we just bring him along. That's all we're doing. He's going to remain on the sidelines, and he will come with us, as it were. Let's see what's going on here.
They don't know how fragile they are.
Is there anything worth mentioning? I guess there's the Megalothorus, but... we'll grab them all. As you could probably imagine, we won't be using Ulbrig for anything. We'll just have him on the sidelines, as it were, per usual.
This will be the stuff of legend.
And I'm mainly doing this so we can get a little bit of experience along the way. No reason not, after all, right?
Claw time.
I'm just doing a quick once-over of the area to see what's going on, if anything. I don't think there's a need to be here, but we'll quickly go across here and into here. Into the cave we go. Okay, nothing so far. to the outside.
They'd better start running. This will be the stone legend.
Crushing Witter, no, okay. Oh, whoops. Accidentally misaligned my window that I've got currently. Oh, hello. Can't say no to getting more elk. Got the cave here. Anything in the cave, actually. You never know, right? I don't think there would be anything, but it never hurts to check. Nope. Alright, Ulbrig. Let's go save your tribe. Assuming there's no more animals running amok to give us more food. Don't look like it, so off we go. Into the tribal area. Tribal region, if you will. That is a +1 throwing axe. Okay. Going to that. That is a hide armor of greater electricity resistance. Okay, cool. Hello, hello. I lost reinforcements. We barely withstood the attack. Drena heard my prayers and brought to us. We can use all the help we can get rid of these. Don't let your guard down. The hunger that moves is raising bodies again. To arms!
I'm gonna rip them in half.
Alright. Well, there's no reason to stand on ceremony, I guess. First, let's activate our clothing. Let's start by doing this.
If I survive this, it'll make for a good story.
Ow. Alright, Ulbrig, we just want you to back the hell off. Yeah, so I think the only issue I have is swarms, but with how much health we have, we're gonna be fine. I'm just going to move back here. In fact, I'm going to move a little bit further, just so I can catch everybody here. There we go, that clears out the majority. Oh. Ulbrig, you just run off. They're doing no damage. That's kind of sad to see. Do I have the greater totem aspect? I've got lesser and I got normal. Not the greater. No matter. I could just do charge here. Wail on that guy. And if they do try and run past, then I can just wail on these guys. Ulbrig, just stay out of the way. Hey. Just do a breath weapon here. There we go, 340. Just leaves that guy. Okay, now for the swarm here. Counter root day. Nice. At last, I thought you'd never come. The strong-built man addressing you has a calm, confident expression. But Serena wasn't wrong about you after all. I mean, Karinai. Can't get it right for the life of me. I remember you. You're Holgan. The man's face breaks into a satisfied smile. Indeed, indeed I am. I'm Holgan, and Holgan is me, the captain of the guard. Have you been waiting for me? I am under orders to. The town's unsettled right now. Yasena told me to meet you, give you the gist of things, and then sent you along to her. Who's in charge of the town now? Like I said, Yasena sent me. She's in charge now. Since the wolf made her will known, Thickvorn has taken a step back. He's been helping her with everything, almost as if she were his daughter. But that's their business. At least they're not squabbling every day anymore, and that's what matters. What's happening in town? All is fairly quiet in Gunrunner. If you don't count the Slavic army in the streets and just outside the walls. I'll be honest, I've never seen so many soldiers in all my life. Why are there Slavic soldiers here? Don't ask me. My job was just to meet you and pass on the message. Here goes the message. If you want to help Gunrun, don't dally a minute and go to the chieftain's house. You'll find out everything you need to know there. I see. Grab what we can here. Probably not a lot that we can grab, but, you know, grab what tidbits we can. Before we go any farther, though, I should probably heal up Ulbrig, because he is currently level 1 with 31 HP, but damn if he's not gonna survive at this rate. Let's just use those until he's fully healed. There we go. Sounds like there's some resentment going on between the soldiers and whatnot. You came to my house. My house! You're only a guest here, and you're acting like you own the place. My lord has done you an honor, you dog. He had brought an army to aid your pitiful little town. Show some respect. Thrashing other people's houses is a crime. I'm leaving, but only because I don't want any trouble. So it's very clear that the soldiers are having friction with everybody else. Yes, they are helping, but they're pushing the boundaries of help, as it were. At least that's what I can tell. At least from the initial knee-jerk reaction. Who you call a freak? How about narrow between the eyes, huh? Who are you threatening? Will you knife between the ribs help you find your manners? You're looking at an officer of Ulbrig. Shut your trap, swineherd, or I'll shut it for you. I'll count to 3 and then give you a beating you won't forget anytime soon. This count to 2, you illiterate swine. It'll be easy for you. What's going on? Look at yourselves. Aren't you ashamed? These thugs got drunk and beat up one of our men. Are they here to work or to guzzle our beer? Changing currents altered our uniform. The soldiers of Ulbrig, we cannot let it stand. Of course. The enemy at the gates. It's the perfect time to squabble among yourselves. Fools. Doesn't the Ulbrig army punish soldiers for brawling? It'll take you, you're not wrong. If our commander finds out we'll be for it. They must be your lucky day, little pigs. Think away with your tails between your legs, like the pathetic curs you are. Who are you calling dogs? Take your own advice and run away before we break your legs.
Oh, they'll regret this.
Well, they were warned. What do you think you're doing? Stop it at once. Disperse. All of you. It takes you a while to recognize Arsene Cray as the aristocrat clad in expensive, gleaming armor. There doesn't seem to be a single speck of dust on it, let alone any trace of battle. Yeah, it's good to see you. You're right on time. Punctuality is a fine habit to have. What happened here? Demons. The object I told you about? I think it's in the Wolf's Temple after all. The demons are desperate to get it. They won't stop until they lay their ugly hands on it. Coming around you again. The relic ends up in my possession. The reward will be most generous. What brought the Ustalavic army to this town? An order from the Prince of Ustalav. Why does everyone keep going on about whose army it is? Why not just welcome its help? I have connections. Very powerful connections. Look around. For as long as my people are here, nothing is threatening Gunrun. The townsfolk just have to leave past differences behind and take a bold step into a new day, without any silly tales of old Sarkos. Who are you, really? A man of business, as I told you before. Let's just say the true scope and scale of my business are greater than people here assumed. He lays a hand on his heart and bows his head slightly. Arsene Cray, Baron of Varlau, at your service. You have betrayed Gunrun. I most certainly have not. The future of Gunrun only stands to gain from their being, at long last, a strong leader at the helm. A well-connected leader, if you know what I mean. The Slavic blockade will be lifted. That means no more shortages of food or other articles. It means travelers coming here, and our strong army always being there to protect the people from demonic monsters. Could that shit of a girl with a big fellow offer anything of the sort? No, they cannot. But I can. Ustalav wants these lands. Do you really think Ustalav would want this scrap of land? An amusing misconception. I alone want this scrap of land. Indeed, not even the land itself, but something that it comes with. You were more polite before. That was when I was wearing a mask of a humble, obliging merchant. And I do apologize, my tone towards you seemed a little haughty. Naturally, I feel nothing but deepest respect for the commander of the Crusaders. I have other business. Don't we all? Good luck. Okay, let's see. One hell of a decimation, that's for sure. Go back down the bridge. Let's see what's further up north here. See if there's anything going awry. Can't really go up there, considering the citizens are just blocking the way. That said, if I were to go up and around, we should be able to get there. Seriously? Let's save here. Let's see if I can't warp over and see what's going on. Green 65. Let's just call it Gunrun Troubles. Sounds simple enough. I'm gonna try warping over there to see what's what. It doesn't seem like I can though, so no point going over there. We can rest here if we so desire. Don't really need to, though. Alright, up we go here. Got another axe here. Nice. +2 battle axe, never hurt. To the chieftain's house we go. Let's have a word. Ooh. Seems like things happened here. Or better or worse. Praise be to Kendry the Protector, you're here. Yasena looks at you with gratitude in her eyes. My call was heard. She is drenched in the blood of the slain demons, but she holds herself with pride. There has been a subtle change in her appearance since the Divine Wolf marked her as her chosen. Those fiends. Where'd they even come from? I'm not talking about the Usolams. Sigvorn leans on his sword heavily. He smiles as he looks at you. I have to admit, seeing you here is a big weight off my shoulders. Are you two alright? The demons didn't batter your old bones too badly, did they, Sigvorn? Yasena carefully examines Sigvorn as she wipes the blood off her cheek. I'll live, yes, Yasa. He smiles at her admirably. His eyes are warm with fatherly affection. Thank you for running to my recourse. I wouldn't have lasted this long on my own. You seem to be getting along better. Much has changed lately. Just look at the woman of our lover of tales has become in your absence. All because the burden of responsibility. Both hang on every word the Chosen One says. Oh, stop it, you. Krenai has shown me a new path, and I must walk it honorably. What's happening in town? A shadow of worry falls across Yasena's face. The town... it is abuzz like a wild beehive. The people are on the verge of panic. The Slavic army lords over our streets. But the worst things are happening over the sacred grove. Krenai, my goddess, cries out for help, but I'm too weak. There's nothing I can do for her. She clenches her fist powerlessly, her fingernails cutting into her palms. You're needed here, Yasa. We'll take back the town first, then we'll head for the temple. We have to play this right, step by step. What's going on in the Sacred Grove? The demons attacked the town to stop us from helping Krenai. They want to get into the temple. I don't know why, but I can sense the goddess's distress. Something is approaching. Something strange and threatening. Oh, my Krenai. She keeps trying to keep her emotions in check, but her voice wavers at the end. There are too many enemies for such a small town, but now that you're here, I can feel the scales tipping into the balance. And why are there Uslavic troops in Gundrun? Because there's a rat in our home. Although, that's a disservice to rats. Arson Cray. Those are his people. What a fool I was. I thought to myself, here you're a run-of-the-mill merchant. Nothing to worry about. He brings in goods, and that's fine with me. And would you look at that, our shabby little minnow has turned out to be a big fish. When the demons came, the merchant offered us his help. He promised a band of loyal fighters from the border, and instead returned with a whole army. Maybe they really will help us retake the town. But how are we supposed to make them leave afterwards? Let me help reclaim Krenai's temple first. Yasena's eyes gleam with belligerent fire. Our victory falls in your wake. Krenai has always believed in you. Save her, for no one else can. Alrighty, we've got our objective, as it were. As long as we resolve it, we're basically good. Alright. Oh, hello. The demon army is vast, and could move against us at any moment. But we are ready, and will not falter. Ligward's face has full determination. Each of us is ready to fight and die for the land we call home. Have you got a plan? The gate is broken, but the Usalovs have erected strong barricades near the town entrance. I worked with the alchemists from Ustalov and our hunters. We made a special combustible compound. When the attack begins, I'll give the signal to set fire to the mixture, and it will send the walls of flame soaring up to the sky. The enemy won't be able to get past without losses. And what forces are at our disposal? I brought all my forces back from Numeria, so the entire clan is here now. There's also a squad of locals being trained by Hogan. And of course, there are the Ustalovs, a whole army of them. No matter how much of their presence here angers me, right now it can only be to our benefit. I'm ready for battle. May the goddess help us. Prepare for battle. Demons are coming. Our enemies may be many. They may be merciless. But the soil we stand upon is ours, and will give us strength. Our goddess is watching the battle through my eyes. With her support, we simply cannot lose. Listen to me carefully. As long as we live, the chorus has not yet fallen. Ulbrig fills his lungs with air and lets out a roar that seems to shake the earth. And it will not fall today. The demons see Gunrun as easy prey. They think that they can come here and slaughter everyone without even trying. What do you say to that? Are they right? Or will we show them how sharp Gunrun's blades are? Inspired by your words, the defenders' faces are lit with enthusiastic fervor. For Gunrun. For Krenai. There we go. Time to begin. Stand at the ready. The enemy is coming. We'll defend Gunrun.
I'm gonna rip them in half.
Alright. Delay our turn until after all these guys come in. Alright. Don't really have the sharpest abilities, huh? Well, whatever. It's fine. Let's just do a quick holy burn across the entire group here. There we go. We are going to move over here to start, just to focus on these guys here. And let them chase after us, or try to. Ulbrig, we're just going to have you sit this one out, as per planned. There isn't really a way to fast forward things here, so unfortunately this is just the best that we can do. So I guess we'll just have to make do. I'll trust the soldiers here to handle the onslaught on one side, and then we'll focus on the other. It's very clear that we've got to do that much at least. Alrighty. Five foot here. Hopefully I'll be able to get a breath weapon in, so that way I can just nuke the side here, at least. Because that'll get me like 300 or so damage output, I do believe, so that'll be good. Ooh. Losing a lot of soldiers, though, that's for sure. Well, it's fine. The losses are acceptable. Okay, I'm going to move back a little bit so that way I can actually target more of these guys. We'll do this. There we go. Hey. Okay, this swarm's tracing in to try and get at somebody. Which is fine. Let's hope my breath weapon recharges quickly. If not, worst case, I can just... Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, that leaves that corpse and this guy. Okay, there we go. Now all that's left is this axeman. And they're probably going to start chasing. Nope. So all we do is this. There we go, that just leaves a swarm there. And I will intentionally move over to said swarm. We don't take fire damage, so we'll be fine. Oh, it's trying to infest an axewoman, okay. How am I meant to target this? There we go. Got it. Just had to give it a turn, that's all. There we go. Swarm's now revealed itself. But thankfully, we're built different, so we can just ruin this individual. There we go. Done. Catch your breath, lads. Reinforcements are here. Got a scroll. I'm just going to move here at this point, just wait for everybody to come in. Oh, here they come. Hello, Chipperliff. Let them get as close as they possibly can. Let Ulbrig just stay there, that's fine. Yeah, this is surprisingly easy. Alright. As far as I'm concerned, just nuking these three should be good. There we go. And we'll hold our turn here. Let them approach us, ideally. And and we'll be able to wail on them pretty easily. Well, there goes Ulbrig. I guess I'm gonna have to bring him back to life after this, so that's no big deal. Thankfully, the lose condition for Ulbrig is not here, so that's good. For us, that is. Okay. Here they come. They're gonna chase after me. Hey. I'm taking some damage, but we'll be fine. We got resistances across the board, so we'll live. Sonic resistance is a weak part for me anyway, so it can't be helped. Seems like everybody got hold monstered, though, for the most part. Not like it's a huge ordeal, just concerning. Whoops. Okay, so Ulbrig is a crucial part of this. So if I let him die, we're basically boned. Okay. That is a annoying condition to follow, but I can't really help it. It just has to be done. Ah, well. Shit happens.
Will I ever see Sarkorian Green again?
Alright, let's speed through. Wait for him. Okay, so they're very interested in my character. That's good. That's exactly what I want. Man, there's so many soldiers. But that's fine. Here we go, that's one elephant dealt with. The Borga Swarm goes into another unit, that's fine. These guys are probably going to rush in to attack me. I would wager anyways. But who knows? Yeah, here they come. They're going in with acid to try and take me out, but good thing I'm resilient against acid. Not so much against swarm damage, though. That's a something I can't avoid, unfortunately. Good thing I've got HP to counter it. I still don't see how they think fire is going to solve their issues here. Ah, well. Okay, the Boga swarms keep going into individuals. The good thing I'm built tough, at least, so it's not like it's a huge ordeal. And they're feared now, so sneak attacks are gonna proc a lot. Oh, there goes the stun. Okay. Five-foot step back, so that way we can do a proper, well, I guess it wouldn't have been a proper one, but, whatever. Start by focusing on the Boga Swarm. Here we go. Whittle down the HP of that thing, so there you go. They take no fire damage. I'm not sure why they think fire works. Confuses me. Fire just ain't it, Chief. There we go. Nice swath of damage across the board. Good job, Ulbrig. You just stay behind and keep things safe. Take out the swarm. And then it just leaves this guy. Yep, you just stay back there, Ulbrig. Don't draw attention to yourself. Here we go.
All they took from me, I'll take back.
Ulbrig, we're gonna save here, so that way we don't have to, do that again. Gonna quickly go back here. Ulbrig is now back at the, area like he was before. Let's save here. Just to make sure we've got everything. We've got Eagle Soul and all that, so we don't need to worry too much. Here we go. Rage once more. Alright, the Colossus Dominator coming in. Let's not throw that breath weapon. We'll do the fire breath weapon just so we do extra fire damage. But we're waiting for everybody to come in close first before we start throwing down another breath weapon. Ulbrig just stays in the back. That's all we need. Oof. Not a fan of the sonic damage, but it can't be helped. Okay, we got Symboldons here. We actually want to avoid attacking those guys just yet. We're going to prioritize the front line here. Here we go, 250 damage across. Somewhat decent. We want the Symboldons to come chasing after us, which they do, which is great. We'll let them chase after us. That's exactly what we want. They're actually hitting me, interestingly enough. I assume they're just getting lucky with crits, but still, that is quite surprising. Mind you, it won't change the outcome, but, still is a surprise. Okay, there we go. It's a nice amount of damage. Can't complain. Ooh. Really throwing out the hits. We've actually been reduced in HP. What is our AC currently? 88. So they're actually... They're getting really lucky with their crits, I would wager. That's the only reason that they be hitting me so reliably. Good job, Ulbrig. Stay in the back line like you're supposed to. And we heal a bit, so that's good. we will throw down a... well, not a breath weapon. We will start destroying the Devour Simolden. There we go. Nice. The Balga swarms are going to start rushing in to get a corpse. Won't be able to benefit too much, though. The most they're going to do is actually hit me a little... well, actually, what is there to hit? That's actually quite important. Hold on. Let's see, what is there to hit? 28. Okay, no, they shouldn't be hitting me. So they're just getting really lucky, or it's the swarm damage that's really doing me in. Which is perfectly fine. I can handle swarm damage. It's not a huge reveal. It's just a heal check, or a heal spell that resolves it. Okay, I could do a whole bunch of attacks, but I think it's in our best interest to 5 foot back. And we'll breath weapon to loss. There we go. Let's deal with this elephant now. There we go. At the very least, the Simildon won't be able to damage us as much anymore, and we'll be fine, for the most part. We'll just do this. There we go. We'll move here. Put us into an aggressive position to deal with the Larva Swarm. God. It's always the protection missions that cause me a little bit of issue, considering how weak the our allies are. It's not impossible to deal with them, it's just tedious. Keep going. We're one step away from victory. Forward. Tear them to pieces. Bathe in their blood. Feast on their innards. Certainly a ballsy move to throw that where the commander's standing, damn. Okay, so we've got Muzzle, the swarm carrier. He is currently flat-footed, probably not expecting that brawl. But Ulbrig is in a horrible position, so yeah, let's just 5-foot step forward and wail on this guy. There we go, he's stunned, so he won't be able to do anything. Perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. Ulbrig, get back. You are not in a position to fight. Kaboom! We won the battle for Gunrun. We defended the town, but the main battle still lies ahead. We need to hot-foot it to Kern's Shrine. And I do believe that the fast healing will kick in. Is what I would say if it actually did, but I don't think it does. So I guess we're just going to have to use a scroll of healing. Or I could use a potion of heal. We'll use that because that heals us 150. Well, 110, but still. I could probably use another, just in case. There we go. 2 potions of heal, that should be enough to settle us. Alright, let's talk with these two. Let's see what's going on. Alright, let's go see the chaos here. Yeah, we lost the guard captain, which is a little bit unfortunate, but can't be helped. Let's grab what we can here before we head deeper. It's over here. Whole bunch of dead. And we got a scroll here. Scroll of Creeping Doom. I guess in a way it is creeping. Alrighty. Save here, and let's continue on. Let us see what is at the end of the forest. Are destroyed and the horses killed, but no human bodies and supplies are untouched. Definitely not the aftermath of robbery. I already went here, but I will still check it all the same to see what's going on. Who knows, maybe this got repopulated at some point. Clearly not. But it never hurts to check. Alright. Ruling battle took place here. Judging by the evidence, these spiders were ambushed by Nabasu demons, which may be lurking nearby. We'll save here just to be safe. Be on your guard. The whirlwind is a stone throws ahead. Be demons here. A Sarg Withersoul. Oh god. Alright, Ulbrig. You move out of the way while I handle this. Nice try on the lightning. take a 5-foot step back. Throw in a breath weapon here. And they'll probably come running at us. Oh, they got crit. Nice. Okay, Wail the Banshee. Not a fun ability. Okay, let's move up once more. We're gonna move specifically over here so that way we can reach all the, as many of the rangers as we can for our attacks. Oof. I'm not a fan of those hits, though. We're taking some hits. There we go. Now the zombie ranger will be within melee. He probably can still hit me, but we'll be fine. They really tried that, huh? Hey. We got the Maximized Meta Magic, Quicken Meta Magic, an Apprentice Robes, Belt of Dexterity Headband, yeah. And a few zombie or zombie stuff. Okay, Cure. Let's see. There we go. So the downside with the gun run is that you don't get your fast healing from the flag here, which I find odd, but I mean, I guess it is in a whole other realm, so I guess it makes sense that it wouldn't be here, but damn if it don't suck to have that fast healing. Beer catchers are still here? Damn. You know, now I think about it, I never did deal with the Simbledon spirit, did I? I should probably deal with that, shouldn't I? Oh, hello, baleful Apocalypse Locust. Here we go, got him stunned. Oh no. Oh no. And that's GG. This is why you save. Okay. Alright, perfect. Hello? Alright, what are you three gonna do? Okay. I'm immune to acid. Keep Ulbrig back while I just wail on these guys. Okay, stunned. Thank you for the follow, Adix. Much appreciated. Throw down the attacks here, and there we go. Really, I should just leave Ulbrig there while I explore everything here. Probably safer for him, really. I do believe that if we go up here, we can actually deal with, this Simildon spirits. Okay. Well, we got one cleared, so I guess that's worth it, so there you go. Alright, swamp next. Hello, hello.
I'll take back.
Oh, I've been muted this whole time. My bad. I've been talking this whole time. I apologize for all that. Fuck it, I'm not going back. Enough talk. Done. You'll pay for everything. For Socorus. For Olisks. Stupid, stupid Eivor. You blundered into my trap then, and I plucked half your feathers. You fell for the same trick now. Why do you hope the outcome will be different this time? Because this time I'm not alone. Come on, Warchief. Let's finish him off. It seems he misunderstands how powerful I really am. So yeah, he becomes a divine griffin. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. And then move up here to coax the Sarkonian Kinslayer against me. He goes down immediately, obviously. Fucking wars. Okay, that's a load then. I need Ulbrig to stay alive, otherwise it's just a pointless effort. Damn. Well, this is gonna be a mood. I need him on the initiative, so let's actually increase his initiative significantly. So let's see. Okay, so Wind Mask Helmet will increase his initiative. This grants a 4 to initiative. This gives a +2 to initiative. This increases dexterity, which is another 2 to initiative. This amulet will increase initiative. And I guess that's the best I can do for his initiative. But he will be super fast now, I do believe. Okay. Okay, let's pray this is going to be enough. In fact, if I'm able to stun this guy, assuming I can, that is. Is he immune to stun? I don't think he is. Let's see. Tangled, Icy Prison, Obsidian Flow, Slow, Difficult Terrain, Frightened, Paralyzed, Slowed, Immobilized, Staggered. He's not immune to stun. Damn, he's, built different. Yeah, no, he just immediately nukes the guy, so there is no, saving Ulbrig if I do that. Which is unfortunate. I'm gonna have to buff up. I wasn't expecting to do this, but, I seriously need to do that. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we don't need Shadow Veil. I could have used Armored Mask here to save myself the trouble, but that's fine. We should be fine. 1 second. Alright, I should be good now. Hopefully. Now, buff-wise, we need to make sure Ulbrig is,
All they took from me,
not gonna
I'll
die.
take back.
Because he's in a situation where he's almost always going to perish at this rate. So right now, he's currently at 31 HP. One of the ways is increasing his AC by a ridiculous amount. So let's see. What can we do for Buddy here? I guess given the hide armor, that'll be a +5 to his armor class. That'll bring him up to 24 AC. Not going to be enough, obviously. He's going to be polymorphed into a griffin, so anything that will buff him while polymorphed is going to be saving his hide. Increasing his HP is also paramount, so if we give him a Clutch of Corruption, that's going to increase his HP by 4 points. This would also give him DR3, which would reduce the amount of damage that he takes by a slight margin, which is slightly better than the alternative, so we'll give him that. We'll give him the Amulet of Natural Armor +6. We could give him Bracers of Armor, but that wouldn't actually work in tandem. If I give him the Owl Cowl, And the cat's boots. Let's see. Cat's boots. This will give him an additional +2 AC, which is a slight boost. Yes, it does counteract some of the bonus from the Mangling Frenzy, but it will help him survive, hopefully. What else can we do? If we nail him with a Ring of Protection, that should be good. +5 Ring of Protection will give him an additional 5 AC. We'll go by type in descending order here, so that way we've got some better choices available to us. Hmm. Let's see. Cloak-wise, there's not much that we can do for him. I wouldn't consider this guy a flying creature or a summon creature, so there's no real use there. We'll give him a Cloak of Resistance +6, just in case there's anything that works there. I don't think there is, but it still never hurts to check. I guess I could also use this. Actually, no, because Ulbrig's level 1, so this cloak isn't actually that good. Amulet, we've already got situated. Hands, maybe there's something here. If we give him Tremors... Oh, we can't really use the boots, actually, now I think about it. Glove-wise, there is nothing, really, that can help here. Belt-wise, we've already got something. Let's see. There isn't really much else that I can see here. The best I could probably do is, like, all around the fence, but that's not going to be enough, so the rest is going to have to come in buffs. So now, we just have to buff Ulbrig up with enough AC to survive the harassment campaign against him. So... So we need a potion of Reduced Person. This will increase his AC by 1. Shield of Faith won't cut it. This will give him a 2 AC bonus. On AC and AC and saves. I guess for now, 40 is a good enough start. I guess I could also use this. This will bolster it slightly. I guess this will be evil. Protection from evil, never hurt anybody. Mage armor is probably going to get some use because he's going to polymorph. And that alone is just going to have to be enough for now. I'm going to pray that's enough of a buff. Let's see if I've got anything else that can help. I could increase my damage by 50% just to ridiculously wail on the guy. But I think Summon Dragon is probably going to be our best bet here, so I'm going to save here. And let's summon some dragons and then engage. I have no idea whether this is going to work, but we will make it work. And you know what? Just to make it all the worse for the guy, we're using a potion. We're using a potion of, that gives us ridiculous statistics. And then, all we do is summon some Dragos. And the rest is history. Alright, here we go. Alright, we've got some young silver dragons amid the mix. And now we just gotta wail on the Sarkonian boy. If I didn't just accidentally move out of the way. That was a mistake on my part. Let me just quickly reload. God, this is... I really should, I don't think I can actually save in this game during combat, which is a bit of a bummer, but can't be helped. You know, now I think about it, let's do Armored Mask and Wooden Flesh. Okay, let's do this properly now. First, we got this, which will organize a whole bunch of attacks. This guy's got a 93. Ulbrig has 185 HP. I really should have given Ulbrig displacement and whatnot. That probably would have been wise, but whatever. Here we go. Okay, he's decided to take on the others, which is great. Perfect. Oh, Ulbrig's dead. Great. Yeah, that's a load. Okay, unless I can get him to... Yeah, unless I can get my boy blocking those attacks, or at least surviving the first barrage. He's not going to live through much.
Hmm? Yeah?
Alright, buddy. Let's see if I can't coax you farther. Alright, displacements. Allure. We'll go price in ascending order. This just helps understand what's where. And just in case, we should probably also use invisibility, because that's going to make it so he isn't the priority target here, right? At least that's what I'm hoping is going to be the case, but who knows, right?
We are walking on dangerous ground here.
Worst case, I will just have to level this guy up. At worst. But who knows, right? Okay, here we go. Okay. We can do this. We can make him our priority target. He's got a 93 AC against our 73 to hit, which is ridiculous. God. Let's see how far we can get with without doing anything here while leaving this guy dead. Okay, we do take another curse again because of that. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have to level up Ulbrig just to increase his health enough, or at least his AC enough, so that way he isn't the a complete pushover. Because good God, man. That guy is going to win initiative no matter what, which is the bummer.
All they took from me, I'll take back.
Is there seriously no other way? Like... Well, I mean, there is one way. I'm just not sure if it'll work as intended. It's going to be very weird if I do this, but you know what? Drastic times call for drastic measures. Alright. Here's the solution to our problem. I don't know whether this will work as intended, but we'll see. Hey, Ulbrig, temporarily just get away from our party. This is the only way I think I can see this working as intended, but, as you can probably imagine, probably not the most, useful method, but hey. I'm willing to try something at least once, so let's give it a shot. Oh, 1 second. Alright, I'm not sure whether this is going to work as intended. We have kicked Ulbrig out of the party, but as long as we don't kill this guy before then, we're going to be fine, I think. Yeah, he does get a absurd amount of full attack, though, which is ridiculous. Okay, so we suffer some totemic curse because of all this, but that's fine. And we're going to make our way over to the other totems now. I guess it really comes down to what we're going to do next. I guess we go for the Manticore next. Here we go. Yes, I am being a bit cheeky by taking away the core enemy or core unit that's supposed to stay alive in this, but I think for the occasion we need to do this much. We can just add Ulbrig back when the fight is nearly over, and we'll just have like a contemporary save just in case, as a sort of precaution, just in case, as a sort of precaution, if you will. Thankfully, we've got strong will saves, so we're good. Although the totemic curses are starting to stack up now. Wow, we're barely doing any damage. Ah, I've been baleful polymorphed. So that's even worse, I see. Although, to be fair, that isn't exactly a problem for us. Let's see, this guy has 66 HP. We can just do a breath weapon here. And at this point, we can move over here. There we go. It's probably going to warp over and attack us, but we'll be fine. Alright. Hoorah. Just move over to the Totem Spirit here. He tries to do his shenanigans, but to no avail. Alright. Back up a little bit. Ow! He is really hurting my day. Yeah, he's really causing me trouble. What's his to hits? He's got a to hit of 78. Okay. So he's... Yeah, he's actually hitting on an 18 to 20, so I actually do need to activate combat expertise just to settle things with this guy. We'll do this. We will move back here. Do a breath weapon on this. And then we should be able to full attack this totem next. Alright. Alright, out the way. Okay, no, I guess not. Oof, I'm down to 290 HP. This is a ridiculously difficult fight. Okay, I should be... Huh. I've got a 40 to hit, huh? I guess these totemic curses really did stack, huh? They are curses, though. That's the thing. Hmm. To do that in the middle of battle, though, is a bit difficult, so... Alright, suit yourself. If you don't want me to, attack the totem, I'm just gonna move over here. Force you to, teleport somewhere. So that way I can actually reach the totem next. There we go. Now I'm in range. Man, I'm not doing that much damage, huh? Okay, so I think this is a load. But, yeah, we still got to try that method. I think, definitely dealing with him, though, this way is probably for the best. Okay, this... Okay, let's remove Ulbrig temporarily. There we go. Off you go, buddy. Okay, so first and foremost, let's see to the Totem Fae. All creatures within a 20-foot burst, centered on the caster. Totem repeatedly drains dexterity for every enemy within 20 feet range. And how am I getting cursed is the thing. God, these protections are ridiculous. While at least one of the totems is not destroyed, the demon takes 50% less damage from all attacks and spells. Okay. What is giving him the most boons right now? Let's see. This gives him a profane bonus to AC and a profane bonus to attack rolls. Draconic gives him a... Well, no, he also gets Legendary Proportions and Freedom of Movement spell. This would reduce the level of benefits by a significant margin if we go for the totem, the demon specifically. So we're gonna go after this first, I think. We want to move as close as we possibly can to make it easier for us to deal with this. I gotta use the breath weapon, come on! Alrighty. Well, hopefully I'll be able to make it this time, but I digress. This is annoying. It's been a while since I've had to plan around something like this. Silly, but whatever. Okay. Get out of here, Ulbrig. Okay, we're within range. We can do this. There we go. Not after the Kinslayer, I'm after the totem. Here we go. Okay. How am I getting this curse, though? That's the question. Back up a bit. Okay, so he's now got an 83 AC. We're suffering a -4 to our hits. We do have a 65 though, is the thing. 65 against 83 specifically is what I mean. Well, against him specifically, we should be able to make this work. If we get rid of the Manticore protection, we get rid of 20 AC. Or rather 15 AC as well. If I'm willing to sack the damage, I can technically do that as well. But it does look like the more times I engage with a totem, the more of a totemic curse I'm going to receive. Which is the counter to this. Okay, I'm gonna move right up to here. I wonder, can I technically use my breath weapon here, though, and resolve the issue for myself? Because I don't necessarily have to be within the range of the totem, I just have to damage the totem, don't I? So yeah, no, as long as I'm out of the range of the totem, I should be fine, right? Let's see, 86. Let him do his whole warp shenanigans. Okay, yeah, no, if I'm out of the range of the totem, then I don't have to worry. Even if I am doing reduced damage, it's fine. What is my current immunities? I should probably update my character stuff a little bit. Let's see. Fire, acid, and cold. We should get electricity immunity, so we're going to need Bronze Dragon, I believe. Yeah, so brass is fire. Yeah, we need bronze here. This is going to give us another breath weapon to work with, which will allow us to breath weapon everything and make things a little easier for us. But yeah, what we can do here is just breath weapon to high hell. We also got a dexterity damage thing as well, so that's nice. But yeah, as long as I take keep a distance, I should be fine. What damage is that, though? Ah, unholy. Okay, yeah, no, it does look like that, as long as I keep my distance, I can just, wield these guys down. This is not the breath weapon I was hoping. Well, actually, no. These are the breath weapons I'm thinking of. There is another type of breath weapon. Here we go. Let's see. Can I use electricity better? It is still reduced, but it's still a damage type that I can use. Not a fan of the critical hits, though. Really not. Let's turn off this so we prevent ourselves from actually getting crits in our combination of attacks. There we go. Manticore Totem is now on the run. This gives us the opportunity to actually attack this Manticore here and wail on him. Get rid of the Manticore, and then we've got ourselves the curses resolved. Here we go. He's now got a 13 AC, which makes him a very easy target, I dare say. Oh, he's warping now. Okay, what effects does he have now? He's only got the Draconic power and the Fey power. The Draconic power gives him a deflection bonus to AC and an inherent bonus to Constitution. The Fey power only gives him a immunity to mind-affecting effects. He's also under the effects of Death Ward and Displacement spells. So what I need to do now is I need to go all the way over to here specifically. This is probably the best position I'm going to be in. And then just spam breath weapons. At least the ones over by the last totem here. Thankfully, no curse. And I can actually hit both of them, technically. There we go. Let's move here just to get some distance. Oh, he's really trying to get at me. I could wail on on him at this point, I think. But, he's still going to be hard to hit. With a, we've only got 57 against his, 67, so it's only a, well, I guess to be fair, we do have the, targeting, so it's not like it's a huge ordeal, but... It's fine. Yeah, he's doing his absolute best to try and stop us. I guess I could do flame. Yeah. Yeah, he's really trying to stop us. Alright, well, another powerful breath. There we go. 212. Oof, not a fan of that unholy damage, though. Really not. Honestly, the 100 damage from his unholy breath is actually doing the worst amount of damage to us. But I mean, once we strip him of this totem, he's gonna be ripe for the taking, so... Alright, one more breath weapon. Is what I would say if I didn't roll poorly. Oh, the Fey totem is now revealed itself. As well as the other. So I guess, bada boom. Let's 5 foot back a little bit. Yeah, no, he's just made this way easier. Alright, this guy is now stunned. Get rid of that. How long is he stunned for? He's stunned for 7 seconds. That is perfectly a good time to add our companion back. Let's just add in Ulbrig once more. There we go. Ulbrig's back into fray. Let's just throw Ulbrig back here. We want him out of the battle as much as possible, so I'm kind of praying that he's going to live through this. I can't save, so... Let's just pray the stun is enough to ruin Sarkonian dude here. His stun has extended, so yeah, we're going to be fine. Okay.
Quiet as a mouse.
So long. And we get 103k experience for our troubles. Keep in mind, we've only gotten a quarter of that experience, half because we have to have Ulbrig in our party here. And it's the consequence of actually kicking him out of the party, but that's to be expected. The tattered and ragged garments extend the duration of a shift of transformation, allowing them to shift into their aspect's minor forms for 5 additional minutes per day. When the wearer assumes a major form, they gain a +2 racial bonus to strength, dexterity, and constitution. Huh. The additional minutes for the minor forms is nice, but the major form buff is really ridiculous. Belt of Physical Perfection 6. Headband of Mental Perfection 6 is good. We get the Swift Boots. Amulet of Mighty Fist 5. Colossus Ring. +2 luck bonus to Constitution and ability to cast from a large person twice per day. Well, an additional Constitution boost is not a bad thing. Bracers of Animal Fury, not so good, but the rest is pretty good. Alright, let's polymorph back. Let's quickly go into our stuff here. Let's do a bit of changing, or a bit of housework here. Okay, we can remove that ring, because it's only giving us a +2 comparatively to everything else. We still got that totemic curse, it can't be helped. But let's see what I can do to make this a little easier on ourselves. Let's go by date newest to oldest. We don't need the headband, because the profane bonus to AC is going to help us more. Belt of Physical Perfection 6 is exactly what we want. Yes, it'll reduce our AC by 3, but that's fine. We're already a ridiculous 72 AC, so that's good enough. That's his. But we do want that other ring that's going to give us a boost. Where is it? Should be up here. Here we go, Colossus Ring. Or was it a ring? No, I think it was something else, wasn't it? Hold on. Wait, where'd it go? Oh no, I think I lost it. Let's go by type in descending order. That probably helped. And where is it? Bestial Rags. Oh, it's an armor item, right. So we'd have to sacrifice the Robe of Unspeakable Truth, which would sacrifice a +1 increase to our AC, but it actually counters that by giving us a +2 to all of our physicals, so it is slightly better. Right, or let's go date newest to oldest. Yeah, so at the cost of a +2 circumstance bonus to wisdom, we're getting a +2 racial bonus to strength, dexterity, and constitution, so long as I assume a major form, which is almost all the time. So as long as I'm willing to sack the -2 to wisdom, or as long as I'm willing to sack the wisdom, I will get a +2 boost as a racial bonus, as I assume a greater worm shift. Now, assuming this is correct, let's see. We should get a +2 for free. Yep, the Bestial Rags gives me a +2, which is nice. Mind you, now I need to find out what I'm going to do with that ring slot, so... As for the ring slots... Let's go by type in descending order. As it stands, just in keeping our AC by an additional 2 is just good enough. It's just barely good enough. Let's go with some Cure. Let's use all the Cure Moderates that we have. Here we go. There we go. Brought up to the closest of 784. That's good enough for me. We'll save here. I'm satisfied with the results. I don't know whether this is going to bug the outcome, but it is what it is. If it happens, it happens. I'm not going to be too perturbed. You get something from the Demon Totem of a weapon, and we've got Kendry here. Or Kiranai. see what's going on here. Caroline stands sorrowfully over the charred stump of the tree that once gave her strength. It looks as though she doesn't have long left to live. She has become almost transparent. This is it. Every river finds its sea eventually. Every story finds its end. I'm glad I lasted long enough to see you, Ulbrig. Ervar. Now, don't you give up so easily. As long as you're alive, there's hope. Between you and me, and the war chief, surely we could find a way. You're right. I do have time. It's a mere moment for me, but long enough for you. Let us not pass that time in mournful silence, my friend. So you're a deity, Ulbrig. Looks like a man. A god, a man, a bit of everything. Ulbrig extends his griffin talons and studies his hands intently. That's why Avar never answered to me. I prayed, I looked to him everywhere. He was inside me the whole time. One of the last gods of Sarkonian, the one who will be left after I'm gone. Have you never once sensed it? It doesn't even smell human. Ulbrig, what really happened between you and Avar? Well, you got a mortally wounded man and a god who's lost all his followers in one fell swoop. They're both not long for the world, right? Right. But only if they each fend for themselves. Two wounded birds merging into one. So, now that's a whole different story. The deity gets a living body not dependent on anyone's prayers. The man gets divine strength to keep him from succumbing to his wounds. Just don't ask if I'm more Ulbrig than the man or Avar the Griffin. We're so fused together, there's no separating us. Both were so grievously wounded that the god-human had to hibernate for a good 100 years to replenish their strength. You slept through the demon invasion, the falls to Chorus. You didn't stir when you were mistaken for a statue, taken to Canabras, and placed in the library. You later awoke. Why did Avar's brother betray him? Muscari had dug his talons into his soul. Wait, no. Insects don't have talons. What they do have... mandibles? Anyways, the cricket god had enticed him with sweet promises that the fool had happily believed. So Avar's brother decided he wanted to live forever, and alone like one of those oolins, without depending on mortals and their prayers. Muscari needed a congregation to set up his invasion. He sought weak souls and inquisitive minds. I don't know whether Avar's divine brother fell first, or if it was the mortals who prayed to him. Either way, they ended up becoming demon worshippers, and he turned into something akin to a demon. They slaughtered their mortal brothers and sisters who resisted temptation, and he too turned his talon against his brother. A deity and their congregation are connected. They live and die together, and become treasonous scum together, it would seem. And tell me your story, Canary. I was the divine guardian of these lands many years ago, long before the town named Gunrun was built here. Falls to course, my time had passed too. A shaman, loyal to me and to our lost homeland, tried to keep faith alive among people, and he did not succeed. Those who remembered me well had perished, and people who were stranger to me were pouring into Gunrun. And the faith waned. I too grew weak. Back then, the old shaman bought a special relic to my temple right before he died. Said it was all he could do for me before he passed, and indeed it was the relic that helped me survive. I did not lie to you when I said there was nothing there, but what you could see for the shard was hidden in plain sight. What relic is kept in the temple? It's a shard of Eridan's shield. Many worshipped him as a great god incarnate, but I, being a Sarkonian, don't feel the same trepidation. However, Now I, too, see and acknowledge his deeds. A small shard of his shield, with no power of its own, was enough to save my life. Elodin, that oddball who roamed around Sakura's pestering disguise. We used to laugh at him. What do you know, he was right all along. Shame we didn't listen to him back then. We could have finished off those grasshopper-worshipping traitors. Of course, I see things more clearly now than I did 100 years ago. Hindsight. Always there when you need it least. As I said, the shard of Eredin's shield didn't retain any magic of its own, but it could still be used to focus what was left of my own powers. I used it to draw life force from the very depths of Galarian, untouched by demonic corruption, and craft myself a mortal body. This little tree here, the shield shard, is nestled among its roots. Take it. I'm too weak to draw upon its power. I have no use for it. Thank you for your answers. A thousand apologies for interrupting your domestic disputes, but there are matters to be resolved. I don't like agreeing with this smooth talker here, but on this he's right. The town's on edge. People are restless. Everyone's worried for Gunrum's future. Yasena stares at the wolf and merely nods in agreement to Sigvor, unable to take her eyes off her deity. What's going on in the town? The demons gave us a hard time, just as we thought we weren't going to last against them, not with the help from the Ulslavic bandits. The enemy suddenly seemed to receive some kind of signal. One after another, they fled and were gone. Now the town is licking its wounds and wondering what's in store for next. Whatever it is, it's clear to everyone that, and their dog, that the things are going to change. What are the matter that needs resolving? Karenai. Can't you see she's dying? She can be saved yet. I'm certain of that. I just don't know how. The town is overrun by Uslavic troublemakers. This isn't right. The townspeople are frantic with worry. They're even throwing around words like occupation. With all due respect, I don't give a damn about this stinking little town and a dying flea bag of a goddess. I'm here for the relic. I'm not gonna lie, if it weren't for you, Commander, I'd have easily taken it by force. But you're a formidable opponent, so I merely humbly ask you give me the thing. My gratitude will be boundless. Let's address the issues in order. So what are you going to do with Arden's relic? It may look like a useless thingamabob, but I still don't think it would be right to give it to the slick Ustalav. That one has up to no good written all over his nasty face. I don't care what you do with the relic. This object has saved my life once. That isn't going to work a second time. Too weak to repeat it. This object is alien to Sakuras and to my temple, so you mortals can decide whom it will serve better. I don't know. There's a lot of choices I could go here. So it's it's a piece of Eredin's shield. I could take it, but I don't think that's the right course of action. Although at the same time, if Karenai is certain that it's not going to save her, then I'll take the relic and keep. Are you joking? Telling me you're joking. What would you want with a dusty old relic of a long-dead god? Wait. You know something, don't you? Fine, Commander, have it your way. At least now I know exactly where it is and who's got it. Sooner or later, it will be mine. Are you done with your petty nonsense? Good. Now how do we help Karenai? I have a funny little idea. It won't be easy, but it is a chance to save her. Wait. Ysena grows pale as she shifts her gaze back and forth between Ulbrig and Karenai. I know a way to save you, my lady. Please. Please let me do it. What do you think, Karenai? What can I say? Thank you for your willingness to help me. No living creature wishes to die. I, so, want to live, but I fear that I cannot be saved. I used to be a source of miracles for the land, but now that my powers are waning, will someone work a miracle for me? I do not know, but I do not want any sadness. Even if my life is at an end, I'm glad that I'm going to spend my last minutes surrounded by friends, and worthy mortals rather than alone. What would you suggest, Ulbrig? The affairs of gods and mortals are a strange thing. They are dependent on each other, and neither side understands fully what that dependence is. But I now have a special vantage point from which to look at these things. What with me being both Avar and Ulbrig, a god and his servant. And here's what I've realized. The goddess, once nosed in Karenai, cannot be saved. You said it yourself. Your traditions have been lost to time, and your progression has died out. But don't interrupt me. Ulbrig flashes an angry glance at Ysena, who was about to object. So as I was saying, without faith, Karenai is doomed. But the townsfolk do have faith. They swear an oath to Serena's name. It's not you, but perhaps you can become her. You're proposing that I die, and be reborn as the fantasy the townfolk swear by. That I answer to the odious name Serena. That I answer garbled prayers, accept silly offerings, and consecrate their ridiculous festivities within my presence. It's simply insulting. Perhaps it is, but the townsfolk will have a goddess, and a goddess will have a congression. This tiny shard as a chorus will survive. They say humility is a virtue. Perhaps that applies to gods as well as mortals. Accept the humiliation, and you'll give Gundrun a future. Ysena, what do you want to do? Goddess, if you can be saved by inhabiting the body of a mortal, the way Avar did with Ulbrig, take mine. My child, this is too great a sacrifice. How can I take your life? I know I have served you poorly. I didn't know how to pray properly. I performed rites in all the wrong ways. And I even corrupted your name. But my loyalty to you and Sarkonian was genuine. If my life can help preserve yours, then take it, I beseech you. Well, Karenai, listen to what Ulbrig says. It's your best option. Well, the deities of Sarkonian are flesh of their land. Years come and go, generations come and go. Old Karenai is beyond saving, but perhaps little Serena will have a chance for the future. The wolf passes her fading gaze over to each of you in turn. Farewell, and till we meet again. My lady. Look, I woke up. There she is, our Serena, alive and well. Means we'll live too. The chieftain turns to you. Thank you. What you've done for Gundrun is nothing short of a miracle. Rest assured that you'll always be welcome in this town. So that's how it all ended. What a story. We need to head back to Gundrun and have a good old think about what this means. Are you coming with us the short way, or do you still have things to do here? I still have things to do here. Alright. I won't force you. Good luck on your journey. We'll just do a quick once-over here. I don't think there is anything, but we do have to deal with the saber cat, I do believe, so that is a, let's go deal with that situation here. I think we're strong enough at this point to actually handle it, so why not? Let's see. Let's see. Alright, but that's the task done. We can officially kick yeah, we can kick the character here out, so give me a moment. Party. Let's get Ulbrig out. There you go. We should be fine to just explore here and clear things up if need be. Let's see the abandoned cave. I don't think there is anything in here, but we'll still check just to be sure. Oh, there was something here. Hold on. Grab this. What is this place? Okay, nothing there. I think I had to go here for the this guy. I'm just going to send the guys over to the Sibaldon here. And we're going to engage that dude here. Let's save. I don't know if this is the right choice, but I would still do it just because I can. Why not? The halfling gives you an uneasy look. He's clearly uncomfortable about going somewhere without his team. Well, I could observe from a distance and offer you expert advice. Yep. Alrighty. My thanks. I am full, and the howling of my hunger is much softer now. The bear spirit asked me to destroy your altar. Many times has the blanket of white changed to green and back again. But the bear is the same pitiful fool as he ever was. If I could get to him, I would sink my teeth into his stupid face and tear until he begged for mercy. The only gift he deserves. And now I'll destroy you. You. Know your place, mortal. I'll destroy you. Yep, he'll try and destroy me, but, I've grown much stronger as of late. Nice try. We're just gonna clear him out. So long, Spirit. And I guess we can do the same here. Well, I think we destroyed the bear and left the deer alive. But whatever. Let's see if the bear actually does come back, though. That'd be very interesting if it does. I don't think it does, but... Yeah, no, the bear is basically gone. Not too surprising, though. I will need to get Ulbrig with us, though, so give me a hot moment. Let's go by date newest. Shard of the Shield of Eredin. The magical shield of Eredin was shattered during the final battle of the Shining Crusade against the Whispering Tyrant, Tar Bafon. The shard possesses no magical powers in isolation, but legend has it that one day the shield might be restored. Well, in that case, I may as well take the shard and utilize it as best as I can, or at least gather the shards that are missing. Assuming they do gather, that is. I would assume that there may be a reality where that happens. But who knows? Who knows? Alrighty. Well, I guess I can always ask the storyteller. Let's figure that out then. That'll be fun. Unfortunately, there is no trader here, so you won't be able to get any resolution there, but yeah. Let's hope these Slavic soldiers aren't going to cause too much of a ruckus here. But I have a high suspicion that this guy is going to try and cause some ruckus eventually. But we have done what we came here to do, and now all we got to do is just talk with the storyteller about the shard. Figure out what's going on with it. But obviously, before that, we have to go back. Back to the base. To the current ruins, and off we go out of this place. What a hell of a battle, though. To be fair, I was being cheeky with the battle, so that is on me. I'll take any scrutiny from that final bits, but I think you can agree that if this guy nails down the character here, Ulbrig, and he's level 1, what would you do in that situation if you had the option to just kick him out temporarily? Ultimately, the challenge that I've constructed here solely revolves around Stein. So I want to localize that as much as possible. If I can avoid breaking the game while I'm doing it, that works better. But yeah. You can only do so much. We need to go to Gravestone Rock. Wherever that is. But what I can do is now kick Ulbrig out, because I know for a fact that we don't need him now. There we go. Let's go into army here. Have these guys travel. Won't be able to reinforce for a while. I could weaken this army, to be fair. That is also an option. Or I could weaken this guy. Alright, Offensive B, on your way. Let's actually quickly... Yeah, let's do a quick swap over here. Let's see. 377, 151, 155, 45... I could technically add these guys here. There we go. That's going to make their power more significant, I would wager. Plus, the Houndmaster's summoned, so we've got even more units to work with now. So all we do now is we are going to save here under Dream 65. Let's engage these armies here. We'll have to swap the units once the offense general reaches level 20, just to keep up the pressure, as it were. But we should be fine to completely eradicate the enemy now. Okay, let's see. So, power multiplied by power by 5d6 versus power by 5d6. This is affecting all living enemy units versus this, which is, yeah, the only difference is the energy is 1 point higher, but I digress. That is going to do just as much as anything else would. Okay, we want to whale these guys down. Okay, we're gonna suffer some significant damage. Oof. Oof. Summon a doggo here. Alright, let's throw down yet another channeled negative energy here. There we go. Okay. Oh no, these cultists are gonna start doing their area of effect shenanigans now. Let's get rid of you. Watch it. They're gonna blow things up like crazy now. Yep. Well, I mean... let's summon in some drakes. Whittle you guys down. Alright, let's, You know what? I've got a good idea. Let's bait out the, pulse. Okay, we're baiting out the pulse by doing this. We're gonna hold, we're gonna move these guys back. They're gonna do their bursts. There we go. By baiting out their pulse, we're doing just enough to distract them. Alright. Hey. Oh no. Let's do a quick heal here. There we go. Alrighty. Now we just gotta minimize our losses. So we're gonna heal this group here. There we go. And that should just bring us just enough to save everybody. So we save our assassins, our soldiers, our duelists, and whatnot. And ultimately, the battle is the victory. Just a very close one. That's why you need so many hospitals, just to make such risky plays. But we can level up here, and we are up to level 17. We can either get all spellcasting units to have their spells cast one additional time, or our Chief, or Chief Agaboya can cast twice. We're going to go with Twin Cast, that's just more reliable in general. Yes, if you had a full spellcaster army, it would be even better to go with the other option, but we're better off doing this way. But I digress. Let's go get some significant amounts of resources on top of everything. Alrighty. I don't think any of these guys are resistant to negative energy, so we're just going to throw down a negative energy burst. There we go, and we can do it twice. That's gonna whittle down the enemies quite a bit. Let's get rid of the axe throwers. We don't really have to buff up for now, so we're gonna we'll deal with the axe throwers because they're gonna be the issue. We'll wait for these guys to approach. Let's go whittle down the locust swarm by doing this. There we go. There goes the swarm. We'll summon some wolves to distract these guys here. Yeah, we'll just have this wolf army here distract. They are summons after all. Blam, and that's our turn. That's our victory. There we go. We get a bunch of experience. Easy peasy. And we get a whole bunch of resources. I guess I could have read the dialogue, but whatever. The sounds of battle roll over the suburb of Is. An army of demons came out, meeting the commander's military force with the clear intentions of preventing the latter from entering the city. Perhaps the fate of the crusade is being decided right here now. We get finance points, material points, and energy points. Although, we can't go any farther than that, so... that's just the reality of it. Okay, recruitment-wise, we can't really recruit anybody else, but that's fine. Okay. I mean, I guess I could recruit some extra units here. This guy isn't that really expensive, so I'll quickly do that. We'll just move these guys over into here. That's going to increase the power of defensive unit C here, who's just managing armies on the back line. Or at least over by the lake. Alright. That's as much prep as I'm going to get away with. Let's give it a few hours of us going to Dresden here. Do we actually want to teleport to Dresden? I'm actually not going to, because I know for a fact that we are actually going to do better if we just walk there. It does appear that something has happened here, so we'll check it. Dragon's Advice is obviously on the list. Strengthening Chain of Command. Yeah, strengthening the Chain of Command, I should say. Alright, we'll close out of that, and we'll go to Dresden here. We're going to go to the Citadel so we can talk with our reliable dragon boy to see what he's got up his sleeve. I assume he's going to ask us to recruit dragons. At least that is what I'm hoping for. Because the more dragons we have in our armies, the better. Elisiliax nods courteously to you. Greetings, Stein. I've come to you with troubling news. The seeds of discord have been sown between those who now share Dresden by your will, the dragons and crusaders. Living in such close quarters to mortals is causing friction with my kin. The crusaders believe dragons look down on them. Dragons complain about the lack of respect from their warm-blooded allies. It pains me that our brethren cannot find it in their hearts to tolerate one another, even in the face of danger that threatens us all. Perhaps it's time to remind some of them that strength lies in being united. I'm glad to see you. Would you like to help me lead the crusade? I decided to follow the example of my former student, Tereldilev. As she guided the Crusaders' Gnabris, so shall I. Think of me as an advisor, not your teacher. It's strange to hear of such juvenile behavior by hardened warriors and long-lived dragons. Still draw breath, I still learn. Every day our warriors face such horrors. It is no wonder that they show no kindness to anyone, not even those closest to them. I think you should step in and resolve this matter before it grows worse. If you support your warriors, they'll be inspired and seek to prove they are no less powerful and wise than your newfound allies. Should you acknowledge the greatness of dragons, they'll attract more of my kin to your ranks. The cost of supporting one side will be the resentment of the other. Perhaps there's another, better way. If you encourage them to communicate, perhaps mortals will come to understand how wise dragons are, and my kin will learn to appreciate mortals and treat them with respect. But with the decision, there will still be dissatisfied people on both sides, which means you will not have the absolute support of either side. I can either go with the dragon support, where I get 7 brass dragons amid our cause. I could have the dragons swallow their pride, and all generals gain 100k experience and a bonus of striving for distinction, which you gain a plus 10 to bonus to gained experience points per level. So it's basically a EXP boost to our commanders. Or we could go and let the dragons and mortals learn from one another. And we unlock the Scaled Fist mercenary unit, a powerful monk infantry. And we also get 6 Scaled Fists as a additional recruit. Or we could leave things as they are. Let the dragon and mortals learn from each other. So be it. Our knowledge can give mortals a deeper understanding of the world and themselves. In turn, we will learn to better appreciate life in all its fleeting beauty. I hope I can become a link between our two people, and remind them of what brought them to Dresden in the first place. The war against the Abyss. We are done here. I'll take my leave. I hope the next time we meet, I'll bring good news rather than sad news of strife between our people. Hopefully, that is the case. Yes. Alright. But with that, I think I am going to wrap it up here. We've managed to make a significant progress on Gun Run. So, what is next on our to-do list, I guess? Let me quickly check my... I guess the journal? Yeah. I think I'm gonna go to Severos's lair first, and then I'm probably going to see if I can't help Stila with her quest, with the Knights Elon. But yeah, we're going to lend a hand. We're gonna do Steela's quest next, and we'll definitely get the Severos quest done. But I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream all the same. I know I did. And I will see you guys next stream. Take care, everybody, and have a good day.